Don't Tell Her It's Me is a movie of many titles. There's Don't Tell Her It's Me, of course. Also, The Boyfriend School. There's Un Look d'Enfer. But what it should be called is Disappointment, the movie. Because if ever there was a movie which failed to fulfill its promise and its potential, it's Don't Tell Her It's Me, a.k.a. The Boyfriend School, a.k.a. Un Look d'Enfer, a.k.a. Disappointment, the movie. Why such disappointment? I'll explain. The first moment I saw Steve Guttenberg, my heart leapt in excitement. Finally, I thought. Finally, Hollywood has heard my prayers. Finally, someone has had the guts to make a Ziggy movie. Now, some of the Flophouse fans here may know that I've long been a proponent of a feature film adaptation of that lovably hideous, puffy-balled, cross-dressing homunculus known as Ziggy. Seen right there. That, I think, is a great slogan for it. This summer gets zigged. Summer 2013 is obviously kind of a pipe dream at this point, but we can change the year. That's the great thing about it. Well, for one brief, wonderful moment, my dreams were answered, only to come crashing to the ground when the Sunday Comics page's most beloved tragic man-baby was replaced with some sort of ungodly Mel Gibson-Michael Bolton hybrid. So I thought I'd take a brief moment to give the makers of Don't Tell Her It's Me, a.k.a. The Boyfriend School, a.k.a. Un Look d'Enfer, etc., some criticism, both constructive and destructive, to help them make a better Ziggy movie. First off, Steve Guttenberg is all wrong for Ziggy. And yes, I'm taking into account his advocacy of peace, something the conflict-averse Ziggy would certainly approve of. Here's the problem. For anyone just coming in, I'm explaining why this is incredibly disappointing as a feature film adaptation of Ziggy. The problem is, Steve Guttenberg has way, way too much unbridled sexuality. Ziggy is not sexy, no matter how hard he tries. But Steve Guttenberg is sexy. It's what makes it believable when he transforms into Lobo, the single most sexually powerful performance in the history of film. And so, how many times do I have to say this, Hollywood? Wallace Shawn, Wallace Shawn, Wallace Shawn. Look at that face and tell me he wasn't born to play Ziggy. It seems I don't understand how they could make this mistake. Second, the clothes Steve Guttenberg wears in the movie are all wrong. Ziggy doesn't wear pants. At best, he wears short shorts, maybe, that are so short his man dress covers them up. I prefer to think that Ziggy is totally naked under there, but it's okay because he's a Ziggy. He doesn't have genitals anyway. Extra credit, though, for the hat. Ziggy doesn't wear a hat, but if he did, it would be that hat. Floppy, baggy, sad-looking, kind of amorphous and genderless. The entire movie should have been built around that hat. Third, this is maybe the most insulting part. Your Ziggy movie has an animated sequence, and you don't get the creator of Ziggy, Tom Wilson, to do the animation. Actual photo of Tom Wilson, creator of Ziggy, rest in peace. Was he too busy making the world laugh? That's the only possible excuse. Or did you just think, we wouldn't notice that this isn't Ziggy? How many times do I have to remind you, Hollywood? Ziggy is not sexy. Sorry, I got too many things in my hands. So why are you trying to pass off this bizarre, off-model, sexy Ziggy? Look, I admire the boldness of bringing in a different artist to dramatically reinterpret a famous work. It's what brought us such masterpieces as Tim Burton's Planet of the Apes, Vince Vaughn's Psycho, and Tyler Perry's Pee-wee's Playhouse. But I'm sorry. If I wanted to see some other guy's lame version of Ziggy, I'd read Dilbert. Oh, he's so mean to Dilbert. Deal with it. Okay, but constructive, I want to point out the one thing I did like, the moment when animated Ziggy tries to kill himself. One, perfect clothing. That's just the right clothing for Ziggy. Classic blue man dress. But Ziggy attempting suicide, it's a little dark. Maybe if this was setting us up for an R-rated, like, neo-noir Ziggy, which is also a fantastic idea. Let's not rule it out. So, okay, I had some problems with the movie. But again, I don't want to leave a bad taste in everyone's mouth. So here, let's talk about some of the things they didn't get wrong. They got maybe a little bit right. For instance, Shelley Long did a great job of capturing the spirit of Ziggy's irritating, bossy, sarcastic parrot. She deserves an Oscar as Best Supporting Sarcastic Bird. But most of all, the whole toupee bit was classic Ziggy. In fact, I don't understand why this couldn't have been the movie. The story of Ziggy finding a magic toupee that gives him the confidence to become a successful ladies' man, causing him to lose sight of who he really is and his ties to his Ziggy heritage, as represented by his immigrant grandmother, who, being a Ziggy, also looks just like Ziggy. Maybe Ziggy goes to work for an evil land developer who's trying to shut down a, let's say, bikini car wash. But Ziggy eventually remembers to do the right thing and has to join the bikini car wash. Now there's a movie. That's the movie they should have made. If Hollywood follows these pointers, finally America will have the Ziggy movie it deserves, and I think we'll all be satisfied. And if you come in next time, tune in, and I'll talk about the other time that Hollywood got Ziggy totally wrong. Thank you very much.